Hello, it's Asgard here, and as it is the last 5 days until Christmas, we are going to be doing a countdown of my 5 favourite games of all time. And today at number 5 we have, of course, the Age of series. I'm not going to say it's Age of Empires, however most of them are, because there is also Age of Mythology, which was a pretty great game, to be honest. So we're going to have instead the Age of franchise. As you can see at the moment, I'm playing Age of Empires 2, the Conqueror's expansion, which it's a great game. It's probably my favourite one of them, but even the older games of Age of Empires 1 are really good. Age of Mythology, including Age of Mythology and of course Age of Mythology Titans, are both brilliant games, especially with the addition of like myth units and god powers. However, I think what makes these games stand out so much more than any other is, well, there's quite a lot of people that play them, for starters, which obviously makes for quite a good game. Well, always makes quite a good game anyway. And in addition to that, sort of the balance between it. I mean, if I bring up the tech tree, you can see the sheer number of troops I can build. I mean, we've got from the barracks, we've got the militia, the spearmen, the knights, the light cavalry, the camels, the hand cannoneers, the heavy archers, the skirmishers. I mean, it makes it quite interesting because, I mean, knights, often the best units, have brilliant attack and stuff against most units, for example archers and siege engines and things, but they're pretty expensive, and just like the cheapest unit in the game just completely annihilates them, just completely blows them away. And it's just how those dynamics sort of work between gathering the resources and how much they cost, and between the different effects and things between the units, just makes it for such a brilliant sort of dynamic in the game that means you need more than just to be good at the game. You need to be quite intelligent to play it, which I think just makes it that little bit better than a lot of other games, especially as there's a sheer number of units. In addition, sort of the idea of having to build up your base, carefully balance the economic side of things, making sure your farm's the optimal distance from the gather points. So all of these sort of things just make it that little bit more complicated, that little bit more entertaining, a little bit more, well, just makes it that little bit more of a better game, as it were. In addition to that, of course, there's the various tactics and things like the rush and the drush and the flush, yeah, it's a good game with a lot of dynamics. I mean, I'm fighting a random computer at the moment, which are the Goths, and my Teutonic Knights counter their elite housecarls, which makes it, well, I should slice them quite easily, but I'm not, because there's a very high population limit that means that they can build their units extremely quickly. So yes, I'm not losing any of my units, but as you can see, they're holding me quite nicely because the sheer numbers that they're building. So that's the dynamics of it. In addition to that, the campaign, especially in, well, Age of Empires 3, in all of them actually, campaign is long, which is good, but in addition to that, it doesn't really get repetitive. I mean, the Age of Empires 3 campaign doesn't really get repetitive, which is surprising because it is a very long campaign. But at the same time, Age of Empires 2 one, sort of going through the historical aspect of, for example, El Cid, it just teaches that little bit of extra history, and sort of, as someone who enjoys history, just makes it that little bit more enjoyable, just being able to say, oh yes, I know what this is going on about, which is really interesting actually. And just being able to learn about the different civilizations as well just makes it a little bit more interesting. But away from that sort of side, It's quite an old game. You can buy the complete collection of the Age of Empires quite cheaply, which is, well, that's very cheaply now, especially the older ones. You can play them online, you can play them offline, you can play against computers. Computers are quite good, actually. You would think they'd be awful because, well, they're computers. They don't tend to be very good, but they can actually be quite astute almost, which means you can just keep playing it without really getting too bored. You can play it with other people, of course, and there's just so many strategies that just mean you can play this game over and over again. It's enjoyable because it's very strategic. So I hope you guys enjoy. I think I'm going to win here as well. Yeah, I'm going to win here. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If I've missed anything, feel free to leave a comment. If you liked, please leave a like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye, guys.